Hello, Spock Bunny. How are you today?
I'm Peachy Keen. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So we've got a lot to talk about. We were at SPCW on Saturday night, followed by the School of Morton on Sunday afternoon, and we had a blast. We had a great time at both of those shows, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about it and see what's going on, pick your brain a little bit, see how everything's going on in that thing up there, and we'll get moving through. So talk to me a little bit. Let's talk about your favorite match of the night on Saturday night at Southern Pride Championship Wrestling.
That's a hard one because I liked a lot of them.
You liked a lot of them.
I did.
If you had to choose one match that you saw at SPCW, what would it be? The first one that pops in your mind.
The first one would be Sky Even and Johnny.
Johnny Pope and Sky Even. That's right. They had a junior heavyweight championship match there. And Sky Even was kind of a little bit ticked off from earlier in the night. For those of you that don't know, Mr. JDL decided that he was going to come back and make his presence known at Southern Pride Championship Wrestling. And Mr. Johnny, Sky Even's manager, decided to just out of nowhere that they were going to get in a match, but they were going to do it here in a couple weeks inside of a cage. And the stipulation of the match was that he's going to put Sky Even's hair on the line. So Sky Even had other things on his mind going against Johnny Poke to start with. Let's just start with that. Let's say it like that.
I think he took his frustrations out on Johnny.
You think just a little bit?
Just a little.
Just a smidge?
Just a smidge.
But I think that Johnny overall had a better match and a better outing than Sky did. And I hate to say that, Sky, because you're great every time we see you perform. But I just think that you were a little bit outmatched because of what all was going on inside your head and what was going through your head. And maybe be losing that hair coming up here pretty soon.
Top of his head.
That's right. Yeah, we had a great time there, though. Southern Pride Championship Wrestling was definitely something to see. I love the triple tag team match that we got to see with Joe Briggs and the Stew Crew versus RT3 Casey Kazana and none other than Connor Martin. But, we've got to say it. We've got to put it out there. No matter what they did during that match was bound to be a blockbuster from the get-go, from the start. You think so? I mean, come on. You got RT3 in one corner. You got Casey Kazana with him. You got Connor Martin on the other side with him. And then the opposite side is the Doctor of Destruction, Joe Briggs, and the Stew Crew, the Silverback Zach, and Dylan are there? Are you kidding me? That is a match made in heaven. Oh, by the way, we are representing today, the country gentlemen.
He's representing.
We are representing. So congratulations to Casey Kazana. On Sunday, though, we have to mention this. He did win that East Tennessee Heavyweight Championship away from the Golden Child, Evan Golden. And so we've got to congratulate him for doing that on Sunday at School of Morton. But we're not quite there yet.
You'll get him next time, Evan.
So she says. And speaking of the next time, I believe they're going to be having some battles here pretty soon. They've got some stuff coming up in Elizabethton, Tennessee on the 23rd for Beside the Ring Championship Wrestling, I believe that they're going to be hosting, but I don't think that Casey is going to be facing Evan at that show. I think Heath Slater is going to be facing Evan at that show, and there's going to be a lot more to come of that. I will find some stuff to put on the screen of that here in just a little bit. But, we had a great time at Southern Pride Championship Wrestling. I think JDL came out, made his presence known at the very beginning of the show. Sky Even definitely was caught off guard by everything that happened there with Johnny putting his hair on the line. Xander Storm had a great match.
I don't know about him, but if someone's saying that someone's cutting off my hair, it'd be on my own terms.
Yeah.
Not somebody else's terms.
Right. I would want to get my hair cut on my own terms. So I think I'd be a little bit upset about that as well, baby. I think Xander Storm had a really good match, though. I think that it came up. Nick Hamrick really had a great showing there. He came through and came out in a big way. There's a lot of people that just showed up. The Blockbusters were there. They had a wonderful match there at the end. There's so much to talk about here from Southern Pride Championship Wrestling and what's going to be coming in the weeks to come. A couple weeks away from tonight, they're going to be hosting a show on the 16th. The 16th. So let me correct myself. It's going to be the 16th where it's going to be coming up. And they're going to be having a great show that's going to be coming out there. But in the meantime, I know Saturday, November 9th, and let me put this one on the screen. I know we've got the Battle of Burton going on in Norton, Virginia down there. At none other than John I. Burton High School Gym is where it's going to be in Norton, Virginia. That's 189 11th Street, Southwest Norton, Virginia. RG3 is going to be there. The Doctor of Destruction is going to be there. Marty Clay is going to be there. Tyler Shoup is going to be there. Kurt Kazana is going to be there. Well, Casey Kazana, as you know him, is going to be there. Jimmy Valiant is going to be there. The Iron Cross is going to be there. Connor Martin is going to be there. Evan Golden is going to be there. Octavius Black is going to be there. Sam Street's going to be there. The Stu Crew is going to be there. And so many more. You guys definitely don't want to miss a great show, a great outing that's going to be there coming up this weekend, November 9th, Saturday, November 9th. Right there in Norton, Virginia, the Battle of Burton 2 at Burton High School. That's right. John I. Burton High School Gym is where this is going to be going down. You guys will be definitely trying to have a good time and have some fun there if you go. And let me tell you, I've got some insider information here. Adult tickets are going to be $10. Kids ages 12 and under are going to be $5. Tickets available at the door the night of the event. You can get them right there. So why don't you just drive on up to Norton, Virginia, to Burton High School and get you some good tickets right there. It'll be a great time, great place, great thing for you going on.
Great entertainment.
Absolutely. And we've got the man himself, Mr. Casey Kazana, is going to be on the show tomorrow night, and he's going to be talking a little bit about this. So we're definitely get the inside scoop from Casey about what's going on here.
Yes.
All right, Spock Bunny. So we moved on from Saturday night into Sunday, and we got to go to the School of Morton. What was happening there that you liked? What was one of the matches that stuck out in your mind the most?
Well, first off, there was a lot of people and a lot of good wrestlers there that yesterday or last night.
Absolutely. And it was the grand opening of their new building in Newport, Tennessee. Man, it was on Five Rivers Plaza Parkway. It's number 128 down there. And they did a wonderful job remodeling and setting that building up for them. They even had a nice little Hall of Fame around the outside of it. But I think the match that sticks out in my mind the most is going to be with the man who's going to be here tomorrow night, Mr. Casey Kazana, and Evan Golden was the match of the night for me. I think that they just took it to the limit. They took it to the extreme. They had everything going for them, and they really put it all on the line. And we put some reels up on Facebook.com. You guys can catch it right there on Joseph D. Hughes under my Facebook.
I think the one that I liked was the ice cream, the dump truck, and the country gentleman, I think or the not country gentleman, it was
the extraordinary gentleman. That's right.
There's so many gentlemen.
ICT baby was there, and they were clowning around and having some fun. And then they had the Void as well, did they not?
They did.
Oh, man, and we've got to talk about the Void. There's something to see each and every time. Zodiac and old Eric Fallon were out there, and they were having a blast, to say the least, especially the way they entered the ring, came through the ring, tried to make sure that their interests were being noticed and noticeable, with Black Dahlia at their side, and none other than the man Barnabas was out there. Oh, my God, David Barnabas was out there? Are you kidding me? Barnabas Spector? Yes.
They had a lot of good matches with all three of them.
They had a lot of great stuff that was going on. I think my favorite part of that match was when ICT tricked the extraordinary gentleman in the arm hat trick there. Where, go ahead.
Mine would have been when the Hell Archer or Eric Fallon picked up one of the guys. I can't remember if it was ice cream or the dump truck. One of them. Over his shoulders, and that was a big dude.
It was the American Diesel dump truck is who he picked up. So yeah, he picked up old DC and just had his way with him basically. And it looked like Ice Cream Truck was a little bit off sync after that happened. They just couldn't get back on page.
By the light.
Yeah. And congratulations to the Void for winning new tag team champions, becoming the new tag team champions of School of Morton. What a great way to start out the year, starting it out off right, in the year, I should say, because we're in November, about to be in December. But a great way to end the year as of right now, getting that tag team gold at the School of Morton. So we know that we'll be seeing more of the Void there in Newport, Tennessee in the days to come. What about Blade Gibson? And none other than the little guy that he was with. I mean, they had a great match they were going through.
It was something.
It was something?
It was something.
Blade hurt his arm early in the match. I mean, he really, really hurt his arm real early in that match. And it caused a lot of trouble. He had a lot of pain that was going through him. He just was being overwhelmed and overtaken there for a little bit during that match. It's Brandon Moore. Brandon Moore is his name. I apologize, Brandon. It's my fault for forgetting your name. But Brandon Moore definitely was putting a hurting on Blade Gibson there for a while. And it seemed that Brandon was going to be in control of that match almost the entire match after Blade got hurt. But somehow, some way, Blade retained his title and came through and held on to that championship at the School of Morton. And he did a wonderful job.
Like a champ.
Yes, he did. Absolutely. 100% he pushed through like a champ. He made sure that he was going to finish it out strong and go great. Now, we got to talk about oddities since we're talking about the School of Morton. We got to see the oddest of all the oddities come out there. And you know who I'm talking about. Mr. Amp Dominic was there. And I think that he was facing Devin Belcher. I apologize if I butchered your name. I'm sorry. But he was facing him, and it looked like he got dominated himself after the freak show took place. What do you think about that?
It was an interesting showing of his. That was the first time seeing it. And
her first time seeing it.
My first time seeing it. And it was different.
The god of the Milky Way galaxy strikes again. Let's just call it like that. If you guys have never seen Amp Dominic, you've got to go to the School of Morton the next time he's booked and see Amp Dominic just for the antics that you're going to get. And then if they place him on somebody like a Devin Belcher or a Bronson Garrett, you're going to get a double showing of the show. You know what I mean?
I'm speechless.
You're speechless.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, come on. You got to know what to say. You got to know. There's something to say about it. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Amp Dominic? Weird. It's weird, but it's fun.
It's out there.
Out there? What was so out there about it, baby? What made you cringe a little bit? Because I could see it in your face.
I was not expecting the water gun thing.
The water bottles?
He's going like this.
Yeah, rubbing it all over him. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. It was different.
It was
That's all I'm gonna say. It was different. It was entertaining. But it was different.
It definitely was different. You gotta remember though that it's all entertainment at the end of the day, and he's definitely putting on a show for everybody to see there. So he had a lot of stuff going on that was great.
I personally was not expecting everything that he did.
It definitely made a difference, did it not?
Oh yeah, he had the whole area just going and cheering and going for him and everything.
I also think that we've got to speak about one EC Dangerously, the loudmouth of Tennessee himself, the Tennessee loudmouth himself. There was a contract signing that was supposed to be taking place so that he could stay an extra year at the School of Morton, but it looks like the terms did not get agreed upon in the right manner, and he put them on blast a little bit in front of everybody. I don't think that was the right move for EC Dangerously. I think the right move would have been to take care of the business side of it behind closed doors and sign that contract and stay on with the School of Morton. But like I said, my opinion doesn't matter here. It doesn't matter much for anything. I'm just some lowly redneck talk show host that knows nothing. But I'm going to tell you what, I think that EC Dangerously, you definitely made a bad decision here. And if you're watching tonight, EC Dangerously, I want to let you know personally,
you'll be missed.
You'll definitely be missed by the School of Morton fans, the YouTube fans, everybody. And we would hate to see you go. But if you want to come on and air your grievances in the distant future, the near future, we would definitely love to have you come on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. We'd love to talk to you about everything that's been going on with you and with the School of Morton here recently. And hopefully you can put your differences aside. And when you put those differences aside, you'll be able to go back to work for them and have a good time announcing for them once again. But if it doesn't come to that, we definitely want to get the scoop here on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. We would love to have you on, right, baby?
Yes.
Absolutely. So we also had a bunch of other stuff that took place right there at the School of Morton. Draco put his career on the line against RT3, not only his career, but the heavyweight championship that he was carrying around his waist as well. And I don't think it ended well for Draco, do you?
Not at all.
Why not, baby? What happened?
He was great in the match. Like, he was really great up against RT3, but RT3 beat him, and he did a great job at it.
He beat him. He beat him mercilessly. Let's say it like that. He had no mercy on him during the match, even though there was points in time where you thought Draco had the upper hand and he was going to win and he was going to come out on top. There was lots of stuff that happened during that match that just did not add up perfectly for him. And RT3, which you can catch it on our reels once again, right there on Facebook under Joseph D. Hughes. You can catch it right there. You can catch it at the Wrestling Society Network and anywhere else you guys get those reels that we put them out for you. But you can catch it right there, and you can see everything that happened towards the end of the match there. It looked like RT3 got a huge spear in a big way, but right before that, he hit 3 in a row besides that big spear.
Draco was like, you knocked the wind out of me, literally.
Absolutely. Shook his hand after the end of the match, though, so I've got to say that was one of the big things there that took place that made it really special for him.
Maybe he will reconsider and come back into the wrestling family.
Well, with EC dangerously gone as of right now, I think they have a spot sitting there on the booth, and I think Draco might fit in just perfectly until they can figure out what's going on with him. Maybe one day he'll be able to return to the ring, and maybe he'll be able to do it at School of Morton. But until that day comes, like I said, they have an opening at the booth. They could be using some special guest announcers, quote unquote, and Draco would fit right in up there. There's lots of people that would fit great up there. Evan Golden would fit great up there. None other than Bronson Garrett would fit up there.
Even Kinsey
Page, Kylie Page, both of them would fit great right up there. And we saw Casey Kazana had his little fit at the end of the night after EC dangerously decided to walk away from everything that was going on. And like I said, I know that we've kind of kicked that dead horse there, but we're back on it, EC. You got to come back, baby. You got to come back. They're going to miss you. They're going to miss you bad, EC. The fans were even talking to you before anything happened, before it even started. Everybody was asking you, are you going to stay or are you going to go? And you just kept running around the same circle, but you heard it from all the fans. All the fans love you. All the YouTubers love you. All the talk shows love you. You got to stay, EC. You got to reconsider what you done. And hopefully the contract is still on the table for you by the time that you do and you decide that you're wanting to come back. If not, oh my God, what a bad move that could be for you in your career, EC Dangerously. But we definitely would love to have you here. Anything to fill on that?
We love you.
She says we love you, EC Dangerously. All right. So we've got some other stuff to talk about here in the world of wrestling. We had a bunch of upcoming events that are going to be moving on and coming through. Mainly right here, let's talk about World League Wrestling. Now, congratulations to World League on becoming the newest territory to the NWA. Trevor Murdoch, HarleyRace.com, everybody who's worked so hard for Troy, Missouri, and all those people that are out there working so hard to become a new territory of the National Wrestling Alliance. You got your wish. You did everything right. You impressed all the right people, and you became a territory. But you're having an event on the 9th, November the 9th, 2024, right there at Green Ridge American Heritage for the American Heritage and Historical Club. It's Green Ridge High School Gymnasium is where it's going to be taking place. The bell time is going to be at 7 p.m. The doors are going to be opening at 6 p.m. You can get your tickets and all your information at HarleyRace.com. Definitely go out there and check that out. Have a good time right there. November the 9th, 2024. Coming up The 15th of November, Crossfire NWA is going to be hosting in Maryville, Tennessee at the Bird in the Brook. And before they host that show, Trevor Murdoch is giving a seminar. You can message Tommy Hendry. You see him right there. PayPal us at Tommy Hendry 123. Seminar is going to be $50. You definitely don't want to miss it. Get your tickets now. Get them early. Get them while they're still available. Get into that seminar with Trevor Murdoch the 15th of November. And then following the seminar, you're going to have the show, baby. Silas Mason is going to be there. None other than Kerry Morton's going to be there. That's right, the Southern Six, baby. They're going to be there for you. Trevor Murdoch's going to be there. Kylie Page is going to be there. Kinsey Page is going to be there. Caitlin Marie, Casey Kazana, Connor Martin, Sideball Sage, Chance is going to be there. So many more. Tyler Franks is scheduled to be there exclusively. We've also got Jackson Drake on the card and Hunter Drake on the card as well. Jeremiah Plunkett is scheduled to be there, guys. It's going to be a great time for the NWA for Crossfire Professional Wrestling, the 15th in Maryville, Tennessee at the Bird and Brook Tavern. That's 1509 East Broadway Avenue, Maryville, Tennessee. All tickets are going to be $20. There will be tickets available at the door. It opens at 7 p.m. For more information, you can go to KFW Wrestling Live Events.com or on Facebook at KFW Live Events to get your tickets and tickets information directly from them right there. Moving forward, we have Usual Suspects going to be taking place November 16, 2024 in Cleveland, Ohio for the NWA. That's Exodus Pro, the territory for the NWA. Treelon Music Hall, 15335 Waterloo Road, Cleveland, Ohio, 44110. November 16, 2024. Look at this three-way match that they put out for the world title. Tom Latimer is going to be taking on EC3, taking on Richard Holiday. How else can you kick off a main event right there for Usual Suspects? Excuse me, guys. Going to be a wonderful show right there in Cleveland, Ohio. Saturday, November 23rd, happening at Happy Valley High School in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Beside the Ring is going to be hosting a great show for you guys. The likes of Evan Golden, Easy Money, Blade Gibson, Paul Hubris, and many, many more are going to be there. You guys definitely don't want to miss it. Special ring announcer Scotty B is going to be there from the School of Morton as well. Get your tickets now. And as you see, the legend himself, Buff Bagwell from WCW is going to be there. Definitely come on out. Have a good time in Elizabethton, Tennessee. And as you can see, they're going to be at 121 Warpath Lane, Elizabeth, Tennessee. Ringside and second row seats are $25. General admission are going to be $15. The third row and back are considered general admission. Children with students and children, accompanied with an adult will be free, I do believe. So you guys check that out. Make sure you're having a good time there. Also, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling is going to be taking place November 23rd in Hazard, Kentucky. The Blockbusters are going to be taking care of the Heat Seekers. That's right, I called it. I didn't say they were going to verse them. They're going to be taking care of the Heat Seekers. They are hot right now, and I believe the Blockbusters are going to have a chance to win it all right there. Also, there's going to be 2 rings, 2 teams, 2 cages. Team Maggard's going to be taking on Team Clay. As you see, the Weaver and the Painter on Marty Clay's team. Who does that Team Maggard got? A bunch of scrubs. And did we mention the WWE Hall of Famer, the Godfather, is going to be there? Oh my God, guys. You don't want to miss it. November 23rd, Hazard High School, Hazard, Kentucky. Thanksgiving Turmoil War Games going to be taking place for Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. All right. I think we're done today, baby. You got anything you want to add right before we go?
Breathe.
I need to, and I need something to drink on.
I know, it was so much.
Too much. Her eyes were like getting bigger. I know you guys can see it on the side. And she kept looking at me and she's like,
breathe. Come on, breathe now.
I need to. All right, but I think we're
Steve
good.
Comes out.
Steve is already out. His head is over there. So I think that's going to cover us for tonight, the early morning edition. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to let you know about what's going on in the world of wrestling and coming up. I know that Forever Pro just had a show on Sunday as well during the afternoon from Amnicola in Chattanooga, Tennessee on Amnicola Highway. They were at the VFW. I don't have any of the results or any video from that show, so I don't know what happened with it, but I'm definitely going to find out for you guys. We'll keep you updated on that as we know something that's going to happen. We want to congratulate Ty Rose on his debut at C1W, the son of Pat Rose, NWA legend Pat Rose, for coming out and making a debut. He faced Casey Cage. He was not victorious against Casey Cage, but he had a great match with him nonetheless. And so Ty Rose, we see you here at Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver, and we want to let you know congratulations on your first match. We hope that there are bigger and better things for you in the future as you grow and progress in the world of wrestling. We hope that you win many titles and hope that you have a great career in wrestling. So I think that covers us for tonight. Is there anything else, Miss Yanni Yan Yan, you want to add?
Nope.
All right, guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening. And remember, you heard it here first on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. Bye, guys.